Greetings, I am Cross Knights, and this is an announcement video for 2 days after Christmas. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, yeah. I haven't done one of these in a while, I think maybe over a year, but I just want to, state of the channel update, and mainly to announce that I'm going to be taking hiatus on January, as I normally do, has become basically our tradition since like 2014. My plans have been a little bit thrown off though, because me and 203 were quite sick. She's like technically still sick, and it's been 2 weeks. I was hoping to like record a bunch and have everything like squared away, but I did pretty much make it to my goal anyway. But I'm still feeling off. My energy is off. I was able to stream yesterday, but like I could still feel that I'm off. So I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do, because I wanted to finish Celeste's before January. I've recorded one of the episodes that I managed to do before I got sick, but the final one is the hardest level in the game, and I've never even beaten that level, so I really hope to do that before January. If not, I'm sorry, I didn't get to it. But it was pretty bad. It's something called RSV. It's like a cold, but like slightly worse, and it didn't hit me that hard, but I'm just exhausted all the time, so definitely threw a wrench in my plan. The main thing I wanted to announce, because I have a Patreon. I like to announce that I'm not going to be making videos for a month, just in case people want to suspend their pledge for a month. I think that's only fair. And that is the main point of the video. But yeah, this is about it. Like general updates, like it's been a lot harder for me to make videos for the channel. And I have to accept that that's not going to change. My living situation is such that I haven't had a dedicated recording space just to myself since a bit before COVID, when I moved where I moved. And that's just not, I don't see that changing in the foreseeable future. Maybe for years, if we can't get enough to actually move somewhere, which is looking like we're not going to be able to. I don't know if anyone's tried to find a place to live, but it is insane and almost impossible. Like places that were like closets, like tiny little places that aren't really fit for more than one person, are like out of my price range now, which is like absolutely ridiculous. There was always an option to live someplace bad. Like when I first started the channel, I lived in what I like to call the rat house. It was this like pretty terrible falling a place, would be condemned if it was inspected place, but it was only $400 a month. So I was able to save a lot of money going there. Those places just don't exist before. Now like a horrible falling apart rat house would probably be $1,000 a month, which is crazy. So I have to accept I'm not going to have a dedicated recording place, and because of that, I've had to scale back a little bit. I've now sometimes been recording or releasing videos one every 3 days instead of one every 2 days, which means, like, just things are coming out at a snail's pace. Like, I want to be able to do RPGs again, but if it's, like, a 40-part series, that could take, like, 4 months, right? But I don't know. That might just be how it is. The algorithm continues to push away from Let's Plays, but also just people's interest in Let's Plays decreases. I notice, like, a lot of people that do video game footage on YouTube is just, like, Twitch streams that are, like, if you're lucky, they're edited. If you're not, they're just the Twitch streams. I feel like I'm, like, one of the last people doing this, like, dying art of Let's Plays that aren't just streamers, you know what I mean? And that's what I want to do. But it is, like, I recognize that the audience is just going to be shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. So hopefully I can actually get through that, because I really want to do one of 3 RPGs that have been, like, rattling around my head for a while next year. We'll see if I actually have the wherewithal to do it. And that is either Breath of Fire 3, Lunar Silver Star Story, or Grandia. I love all of those games. I would love to play them, like, as an adult, essentially. I'd love to revisit them. So those might be coming next year. I would love to finally do the final Assassin's Creed game that I like, but whenever I put it up for a vote, something else wins. So I need to, if I'm going to do that, I just need to decide if I want to. I think people are just burnt out with Assassin's Creed, so I put out Assassin's Creed and they're like, ugh. I'm like, I think I've seen enough of that crap over the last 10 years, which I get. I also played Spider-Man, the Spider-Man Remastered recently. There's a good chance I'll be doing that eventually. I really loved it. I'm probably actually going to get Miles Morales too soon. So, great game. Enough different from Batman that it really kept me engaged. Terrible DLC. I will not be doing the DLC. It's bad. The story's bad, and the missions are bad and repetitive, and I hate them. But That's fine. So there's that. There's a chance I'll be doing the Batman DLC at some point. Again, there's a chance I would have done it, but I got sick. And I hope to do this before the end of the year. But as a few comments stated, I should do a little bit more of the DLC for Little Inferno because I did kind of leave it on a cliffhanger. I just really don't like how unchanged the ending for that game is compared to the original ending. But I could finish that game in 2 episodes, so we'll see. If I feel well enough, maybe I'll record it tomorrow. The biggest thing I want to record, and I don't think I'll be able to pull this off, but I really hope so, I want to record the original God of War, the one for PlayStation 2, because I'm in the process of playing the new God of War. It's really confusing that they just decided to name it God of War again. Like, that's a rude thing to do, companies. But it's so interesting because if you haven't played those original games, the origins of Kratos and what he's done and who he is are a mystery to you. And that's actually really cool. But I think it is a mystery to most people, because how many people that played those games played the original, like, unless they were like my age. Like, if you're like in your 20s, like, you were probably too young to play the original God of War game, so I'd love to play at least the first one because it's great. There is some like minor nudity though, because there's like harpies and they don't have shirts, but they're atomically correct. So I'll have to see what's allowed, and plus it's extremely violent. You rip people's heads off, it's gory and stuff. But we'll see. I would love to be able to do that to show people a game that I don't think a lot of them have played that gives additional context to a really good game that's been recently released. But that'll involve me either properly emulating or getting a capture card to play my copy, both of which present issues. We'll see, though. I would love to do it, though. I would love to play the original God of War. So I do have plans. I'm hoping to just relax and play a bunch of games that aren't necessarily for the channel during January. I'll keep on going as long as I can. For the people who have stuck with this channel the entire time, thank you. I appreciate you. The fact that I know at least someone is interested does keep me going, that I'm not just talking to myself. And yeah, for the foreseeable future, we're going to keep on going ahead, even though it's more difficult. All right, that's mainly it. I rambled on a bunch. 10 minutes. All right, hopefully I can edit that down. All right. Thanks for watching, as always. Thanks for the support, everyone. And Happy New Year. I hope everything's not too crazy, especially if you're also looking for housing. Good God. Good luck on that. I feel your struggle. I feel the stress. I'm with you spiritually and mentally. My ghost is supporting you. Okay. Later, guys.